Chrisley Knows best star Savannah Chrisley shares a teaser trailer for tonight's episode of the show. Todd's daughter secures her backup baby daddy. This is interesting to think about considering Savannah just confirmed that she and her ex-fiancé, Nick Curdles, are back together. Keep reading to find out more. Like Chrisley Knows best fans know from following Savannah Chrisley's social media. The 24-year-old businesswoman has baby fever. It seems like the baby fever has spiked in recent weeks, noticeably with the birth of one of her close friends, Raylan's baby girl. Not only that, but the reality television star has been very open about her endometriosis diagnosis. Savannah even discusses freezing her eggs because of her fertility issues. In an interview with People, the blonde beauty shared that she is open to alternative means of becoming a mother. "It doesn't matter how we get there, just as long as we get there," shares Savannah Chrisley. Now, it seems like Savannah has secured a backup plan. In the trailer, it looks like she is out to lunch with her best friend, Chad Bryant. She says, "If none of this works out for either of us, maybe you can just be my baby daddy," and Chad doesn't object. However, Savannah also says that she might take it back because she doesn't want bald babies. In the caption, Savannah Chrisley writes, "You know me, I've always got a plan." Also, Savannah is quick to head off any rumors about her and Chad. The Sassy by Savannah creator writes the following in conclusion to her post. "Also, at Chad life is my best friend. And he's definitely not into females, hahaha, so don't start your rumors." From the looks of the comments, there are a lot of fans that don't realize that Savannah Chrisley and Nick Curdles are back together. Savannah recently shared that they are back together, but choosing not to put their relationship on social media. One of the comments reads, "Get back together with Nick. You guys are so cute together. The babies would be gorgeous." Luckily, some other fans chime in to let the original commenter know the latest on Savannah and Nick's relationship. What do you think about Savannah Chrisley and her baby daddy backup plan? Share your thoughts with us in the comment section below. Come back to TV shows Ace for more Chrisley Knows Best. Make sure to tune in to USA Network on Thursday nights for new episodes of Chrisley Knows Best and Growing Up Chrisley. Savannah's world unfolds like a carefully choreographed sequence. The headlines blur. Secures her backup baby daddy. A phrase pulsing with drama, yet secretive enough to make hearts pause. Who is he? The words linger teasing. Savannah stands center stage, not bound by whispers, but sculpting her own narrative, fierce and deliberate. It had been a year of transitions, the weight of caregiving responsibilities, nurturing younger siblings through a storm of legal chaos, had slowed the pace of romantic pursuits. Custody, guardianship, resilience. The childhood home redefined. In that crucible, she had learned patience, strength, and her own readiness for motherhood, not just as a title, but as destiny. Name surfaces. The backup meant strategy, not desperation. The man behind it, Chad Bryant. Not a romantic contender. A best friend. A confidant. A soft boundary in Savannah's life. The laughter at lunch, a quiet moment captured in the trailer, indicated trust, camaraderie. A joke spun into something real, gently, and unassuming. The bromance was clear, a lifeline, not a lover. But tabloids craved intrigue. The caption carried both wit and warning. "Always got a plan." The words framed the post, smirking at fans. "He's not into females." A bold disclaimer to forestall gossip. A shield raised against whispers that could misdirect attention. The narrative read, carefully, best friend. Plan, not a match. The beauty of boundaries so carefully drawn. Still, the question hovered. Who is he? Chad Bryant remained an offstage character in Savannah's forward momentum. A placeholder, a potential, but never a promise. Fans buzzed, scrolling, guessing. Theories fluttered. But nothing stained the clarity of Savannah's focus. This was her choreography, her move, timed between heartbreaks and healing. A time to reclaim control. After the slow fade of a toxic connection, this was her reclaim. No heard whispers, no dramatic pauses. Just a line drawn. Backup, yes, But backup for what? A symbol of possibility in a life carved by caretaking and self-discovery. In parallel, another figure loomed, Robert Shiver, older, grounded, divorced, and shadowed by controversy involving a former spouse. The headlines hinted at threats, attempts. The divorce lingered. Almost. Savannah's motivations tangled with practicality. Once aligned with longing. Older man meant children would grow with a father present in their lives. A timeline less compressed. The interview, shaded with urgency, spoke of wanting to start a family her choices. She admitted to IVF as a possibility, her body's past battles forging a pragmatic determination. Still, he remained legally entangled. She would not pursue parenthood while he was still married. No compromise on standards. Not desperate, just decisive. So when the backup emerged, a best friend who, in jest, could be the baby daddy. It was not an entanglement, but a nuance, a stepping stone, a placeholder against desperation, but also an assertion of readiness. In that narrative lies Savannah's broader story. The public misread laughter at lunch as something deeper, but she moved forward, unhurried. She crafted her own timeline. She defined her own future motherhood, not as a destination tethered to romance, but as an act of agency, measured and intentional. Here, in the frames of fairy tales and sound bites, she was both the heroine and the author. Past heartbreaks, public attention, guardianship, all shaped a woman who could plan with clarity and stand with composure. If romance followed, let it be kind, stable, and her choice. For now, the backup baby daddy was not contingency born of drama, but a wink, a reference, an emblem of power over her own storyline. Chad remained the friend behind the joke. Robert stayed the possibility on hold, and Savannah moved, cool and commanding, through her own season, ready but not rushed. The phrase backup baby daddy became a phrase to watch, not to define her. And as headlines turned and time passed, the question remained, who is he? But the better question, who is she? And that answer was already clear. Savannah Chrisley had always danced on the line between chaos and control. America watched her grow up in front of reality TV cameras. Blonde, sharp-witted, unflinchingly resilient, navigating fame, family scandal, and heartbreak with more poise than many twice her age. But now, headlines wrapped around her name again. Not for a breakup, not for family courtroom drama. This time, it was for a declaration equal parts strategy and subversion. Savannah Chrisley had a backup baby daddy. And the question on everyone's lips, who is he in a digital age obsessed with romantic entanglements and biological clocks? The phrase backup baby daddy hit like a pop culture thunderclap. Icy, confident, and not asking permission. Savannah's comment rippled beyond Instagram stories and podcast interviews. It ignited speculation, judgment, admiration, and curiosity. Beneath the glint of sass was something deeper. A woman who had witnessed enough unraveling to plan her own tapestry differently. Her journey hadn't been simple. The glamorous veneer of the Chrisley family fractured over the past few years. Financial fraud trials, her parents' imprisonment, and sudden guardianship of her younger siblings had shifted Savannah's life trajectory from carefree influencer to mother-in-training overnight. The world saw her go from posting lip gloss tutorials to managing school pickups and therapy appointments. Through it all, she smiled, pushed forward, and barely cracked under pressure. But the cracks, if they existed, didn't show in tears. They revealed themselves in clarity. Savannah didn't wait for the ideal circumstances to begin shaping her future. She chose decisiveness in a world that often rewards hesitation. While friends curated aesthetic Pinterest boards for their weddings, Savannah curated a future in which she could be a mother on her own terms. She'd seen enough false starts in love to understand that romantic timelines couldn't always be trusted. Hope wasn't a strategy, action was. So when the world discovered she had a backup, the confusion was understandable. The narrative begged for a twist, a secret lover, a scandal. But reality? It was refreshingly mature. The man in question wasn't a boyfriend or a shadowy past fling. He was Chad Bryant, A close friend, loyal to a fault. Funny in the way that diffuses tension, and importantly, not interested in women. Chad had been there for years, often in the background of Savannah's social media, a platonic rock. When others disappeared during storms, he remained, helping, listening, holding space. The backup baby daddy label, while catchy and cheeky, was a shorthand for a deeper trust. This wasn't about attraction. This was about alignment. Two people who respected each other enough to create a safety net. And Savannah had every reason to want one. Doctors had once told her that children might be difficult to conceive naturally. She'd battled endometriosis, quietly, privately. Surgeries and sleepless nights, cycles of hope and grief, appointments she didn't post about. While others speculated about her dating life, Savannah was freezing her eggs and learning about IVF. Her conversations weren't about floral arrangements and honeymoons. They were about hormone levels, timing, and independence.